see what's in store with the dating doctor.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gloria Horsley,
And I'm Dr. Frank Powers.
and Frank and I are fiancés, and we are the authors of Open to Love.
The Secrets of Senior Dating.
Yes, and it's all about our trip and our journey. And we are going to talk today about
A marriage that took place just 3 months ago that now is ending in divorce, unfortunately.
absolutely the golden divorce, the golden bachelor,
Yes.
Teresa and Gary.
Yes. Unfortunately, they found that there were differences that they didn't realize they had. They're saying it's basically because of location. One is in Indiana and the other is in New Jersey. However, there's been speculation that there's probably more to it than that. And I think it probably is because they didn't really have a lot of time to communicate and get to know one another. They only had to go through the process that was there available for them with the Golden Bachelor.
Right. And we are the Golden Dating Doctors, and we're going to talk to you about what we think happened.
And really, in a sense, this is a lesson for all new relationships that begin and they don't get a chance to talk about these issues. So we're going to identify 4 issues today that we think people should be looking at if they're thinking about having a relationship, whether it's marriage or just a serious committed relationship.
And Teresa and Gary may have thought of some of these things, we don't know. But first of all, it's financial arrangements. Well,
Yes, there was a talk in the media about the fact that there had been a prenup and that this was something that Teresa wanted Gary to sign, and that he did sign it, but they had some issues about how they were going to arrange their finances. And as you know, and I know, working with as many couples as we've worked with, that you do need to work out those financial arrangements before you really think that this is going to be a serious long-term relationship.
Yeah, you know, Frank and I have been together for going on 3 years,
Mhm.
and we have a prenup, but we don't know that we'll get married, but we do.
No, but the prenup really helped us become very clear about how we want to live our life financially and how we're going to pay for things and how we're going to live and what kind of lifestyle.
Really important.
And I'm not sure that Teresa and Gary got a chance to do that. And I think it probably did become a problem for them once they realized that they were living in 2 different parts of the country and that this was going to be, if it's going to be a long-term relationship, you have to work it out so everyone feels comfortable.
Yeah, that's our second area, living arrangement.
Yes.
Yeah, you really need to work those out. And some of it may not work after you get together. You may find like
we're into this relationship for over 2.5 years, and we're still working on our living arrangements. We have a pretty good idea of what we want, and we're getting there. But it's not an easy thing at this point in your life once you've established yourself and you have family.
Your friends, and you're used to, you know, the topography, you know, where the grocery store is, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And to switch, and they were talking about before the wedding that they might go to South Carolina where she has a son, and this would be a move away from both of their comfort zones into another.
And maybe they thought, well, that's going to be, you know, great. We're going to move away from everything, but
no one is having to give up their home. We're both giving up that, and we're going to establish a new home. It sounded like a good idea, but apparently didn't work that well.
With you and I, you're from Arizona, so we're going to spend the winters in Arizona and the summers in Northern California, where I'm from. So that's how but we're still working on it after after 2 years.
I wouldn't say it's been the easiest part of our relationship. I mean, we've had to have a really good foundation for us to withstand the idea that 2.5 years of being kind of not really situated and not having a home base.
Yep. And then handling medical issues, that's really big. And I don't think most people even talk about it, let alone Teresa and Gary. I don't
No,
think,
no, both of them they look like they're extremely healthy and they, they're really vital. But most people are going to have to face some medical
I mean, we're
issues.
talking about senior dating now. We're
Yes.
talking about people in their 60s and,
Yeah.
and what are you going to do? Frank and I have made an agreement. He just had knee surgery and I went to California while he had it and he had health caregivers until he was
Yes.
feeling
We
better.
did not want to get into caretaker syndrome. Healthcare issues and deciding how much care a person wants to give or can give because of their previous experience with perhaps another spouse. Like you had a serious situation with your husband before he
Right.
passed away, where you had several years of being a caretaker,
Mhm.
and it really did have a physical
Yeah,
effect.
and I didn't want to get into that, and
No.
you understood
And
that. And
I did not want that to get in the way of our relationship. So that's the reason why I did my surgery the way I did. I'm certainly glad we did it that way. I hope you are too.
yeah, I am. Well, I want to get into family because it's really important. Family events and holidays and birthdays and weddings and graduations. What are you going to do about all those family events? And what kind of agreements are
You
you
do
going to
need to
make?
have some serious conversation about how family is going to fit in and support your relationship. It's not the other way around. You want your family to support the relationship, but you have to figure out between the two of you how your family is going to fit in and how they're going to support your relationship.
Right. And I'll have to say that I think that was probably one of the biggest problems for Gary and Teresa, really, in the end, was that they did not hear the voices of family members who were saying, maybe you're going a little too fast, or what are you doing? Now,
Yeah.
I heard those voices at one time.
Yeah, you got them.
And,
Your family told you.
and
that
I
you
didn't
got
think
them.
it was great at the time, but I will have to tell you, Teresa and Gary have made me realize what a gift family members are who make you stop and think
And yeah,
because they make you, I
exactly.
call them the naysayers.
You have to face the issue.
Yeah, you test
Whether your romantic ideas of wanting to be
Right.
together are strong as ours were, you still have to think about it. And if family members bring up the issue, they're actually doing you a
Yeah,
favor.
but I just don't think Gary or Teresa's family had an opportunity. We
Oh,
just
no.
saw everybody
No,
saying that
no,
we
no.
love them, have fun.
There was a
all
lot of
that.
pressure on them to support Gary and Teresa. However, they may have needed some people to bring
Yeah.
up the issue
Hey.
so that they could deal with it.
But there
Because
was
it obviously didn't work out well
No, 'cause
when they got married so quickly and then had to deal with the issues, and then all of a sudden the issues were overwhelming. So, in 3 months, they decide that they can't be
I
together, and
know,
that's sad.
yeah.
We don't want people
When
to
you
have that
when you think you
experience.
found the one, and we always say you're only looking for one,
Yes.
we want it to be the one, but you do need to think
But you
of some
need
of
to
these.
think about it long term, is how are we going to keep this relationship in a good, healthy place?
Right, exactly.
And that is through communication. And I'm not sure how much communication they really had before they got married.
Yeah, well, they were having, it's a Hollywood kind of fun thing, and
Well, that's right. That's right.
they were having a good time, but
Well, we hope that people will be able to take these 4 different issues fairly seriously if they're starting out a new relationship and they're thinking about making a commitment to one another, that they at least address these 4. Now,
Mhm.
there are others, of course, but those are more individual.
We cover them in our
Yes,
book, by the way,
we did.
Open to Love, The
Yes, we
Secrets of Senior Dating. We really go into the 4 areas: financial arrangements, living arrangements, handling medical issues, handling family issues. We really go into them in the book. So we highly recommend that you go to Amazon right now and get our book.
use the book as a way to look at what are the issues that we're going to face and that we need to work out so that this relationship will remain healthy, and that we won't be like the Golden Bachelors and have to look at a divorce situation just 3 months into a new relationship. That's sad.
That being said, we love the fact that they're talking about senior dating and everything on TV, because
absolutely.
we know from the Surgeon General that loneliness is one of the biggest problems in probably the world and particularly in the United States
For
today.
senior adults
For
especially.
senior adults especially.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot for watching this video, and
Yes, and we
Frank,
hope it can be helpful for you because we
Yeah.
want your relationship to thrive and be alive. And that's the way ours is, and we hope yours will be too.
and we hope you will visit us at thegoldendatingdoctors.com.
Thanks again.
Open to